Hi everyone, welcome. Sorry, you will have to forgive me. My voice is a bit husky and a bit rough, so to say. I'm having a bit of a flu, but I'm getting better now. So, on systems and structures, continuing where, um, in fact, continuing with my system and structure bug, um, having to study these or having to be or having to grow in interest in having to understand them, how structures are being developed, how people within those structures are actually are contributing to those, the impact they make, and how I or we can better learn from those people or learn from those structures, from their functionalities, and the list goes and on and on. And recently, I've seen this post on Facebook, and it was pretty much interesting. I don't have to lie, and it gotten me thinking, especially in the lines of systems and structures. Of course, it got to me thinking so much to the fact that while I was doing some research a while back, or while I was writing something, or pretty much just thinking on something, and there was this interesting piece that I've gotten to make a note of or generalize on. Uh, Given the fact that I generalize a lot, I write a lot. If I have a thought, I pretty much pour that down, and I try to be so much consistent with that, and not to forget, of course, considering the fact that our memories, by how I've known, or by how I've actually experienced everything when it has to do with memory or memories, they don't really, or our memory doesn't really remembers everything. So the best thing to do, or the best solution possible, is to pretty much jot that thought down. So yes, without any waste of time, there's been an interesting crescendo, pretty much interesting crescendo when it comes to having to study people, or having to study systems, or how good these people are, or how good these systems have become, or have become, or have became. And and with that said as well, there's an element of a differentiator into this, how systems get better, or how systems are actually sustained, or how systems are pretty much maintained overall. It's like, on the differentiator part, it's like when you look at MBA, and this is a post I came across, and it was pretty much interesting. This post, from this guy, I think he's called the shooter, or a shooter. So it goes as follows. Uh, just a bit, okay, because I don't want to do a disservice to it. So it goes as follows. And of course, this is more of systems themselves, or structures, being a differentiator to the market, or being a differentiator in the space within they work in, or in the space within they function in. As I've said, that differentiator part, or what differentiates you from others, or what differentiates you from other systems that are there. So yeah, this was interesting. So yeah, this guy said, if you want stats, look for LeBron. If you want rings, look for Russell. If you want MVPs, look for Kareem. If you want records, look for Wheat. If you want impact, look for Steph. If you want dominance in a position, look for Shaq. If you want perimeter defense, find Gary Payton. If you want athletics, find Camp, Giannis, or Malone. If you want greatness, look for Bird or Magic. If you want exquisite dunks, look for Carter, Dr. J, or Wilkins. If you want good trash talker, look for Garnett. If you want influence, look for Iverson. If you want remarkable scoring skills, look for Durant. If you want competitiveness, look for Kobe. If you want impetus and clutch moment, look for Kobe again. Now, with all this or with all that I've shared right now, these are more or less the differentiator part into all these athletes or into all these great people that we've witnessed in the court of play. Some of them I don't even know them. I mean, but through research, oh okay, oh okay, oh this person was good at this, person was good at that. But now, with all this being said, there's that one person or that one north rising star or shining star that sits at the pinnacle of everything, and that goes to systems or that goes with systems. I mean, if you look at how Apple has structured itself, it's pretty much interesting what they do, or pretty much interesting what they did, in a sense that they've applied what we call, I think it's called the vertical approach when it comes to business. I think where you are you are your own producer, and you have your very own producer. Pretty much you have your very own distribution line, and again you have your very own brick and mortar. So you pretty much control every process chain, from making, delivering, and to selling. And in the space of cell phone, or in the space of communication network, when of course when it comes to cell phones, Apple is one of the best. Hey, April stands there. It's that one shining star, that one shining, that one North Star standing there alone. That's April. And their system is pretty much dope. As I've said, from making distribution line to the selling point, the brick and mortar. And now, with these examples that I've used here, the differentiator part, to be more precise, at some point you need to find, or there has to be that one north shining star. And I guess you know who that shining star is. MJ, Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan is that person. When you look for a slice or piece of everything, MJ. So it's pretty much interesting, man. It's pretty much interesting. Yeah, just go and do your research and see if what has been shared, and me having to share this, is really what you think it's important in having to be, or rather having to find your differentiator, especially when you're building systems, or when you're building structures, or when you want to have a pretty much solid structure in your organization, solid structure in your businesses, solid structure in your, even in your family, solid structure even in your personal or professional life. You have to find that differentiator. What is it that you're pretty much good at? Uh, what is it that you pretty much suck at? Because I think that as well, it's important, understanding and knowing that, you know what, I suck at this. I pretty much suck at this. I am not good, because all these stats or all this information that I've just shared with you using our NBA stars, they pretty much suck at everything or any other abilities. But there's that one ability, or that one capabilities these guys have. and they use that to their advantage, to a point where that differentiating point, it pretty much overshadows everything that we don't everything that they suck at. So we don't get to get the chance to understand, this person sucks at this, because they've gotten so good that we can't, or we don't even pay much attention at looking at what they suck at, because they've said, okay, I'm good at this. This is my focus point, or this is my focal point, and I'll have to develop that through and through. And yeah, I think that's one element that is so much important when it comes to building structures, building systems that are sustainable, building structures that are sustainable, building structures that they will last for the longest time, you know. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Bringing systems and structures using MBA into the picture, and of course having to find your own differentiator, or having to understand or develop that understanding of what your differentiator is into the market, into your daily doings, you know. So yeah, that's it. So please don't forget to subscribe there. Peace out. Cheers.